And I think sometimes the lawyers don't want to invest the money. I see that where there's some law firms who want to skimp on the front end in hopes that the case will settle down the road. The problem is if you don't do that investigation in the beginning, it's hard to put it back together a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, when the case is getting ready to go to trial, and all of a sudden you find out that the insurance company is not willing to pay you a fair settlement. Now what are you going to do? Whereas I think, at least my experience, is the good trial lawyers are putting their case together as if they're going to go to trial in every case.
Right. I think that's true. I think the quicker you get on this, the better people's memories start to fade. Witnesses move, and then they become hard to find. Within weeks or months, I think is the best time to strike on these, to interview people when the memory is fresh. I mean, we can bring a lot back, but it's still better when it's fresh, and people haven't moved. Half the battle sometimes is finding these guys. They're sometimes a little bit transient, or they job hop a lot, and we end up finding them in another state somewhere, and you can't do that in-person interview yourself. I can get out my retired FBI agent book and ask them to go do the interview for me, but it's not quite as good as when you are right there with them and you have all that tacit knowledge about the investigation.
And that's one of the things your company has the ability to do as well, is find witnesses. I mean, sometimes, key witnesses will disappear on you, especially you may even have a good statement from them. But all of a sudden now it takes you a couple of years to get to trial, and those witnesses disappear. Your company's able to find them too, right?
Right. You got to think out of the box on these. So sometimes you can't find the person, but the technology that we have, the databases that we subscribe to, if I can't find you, I'll find somebody that knows you, and they'll probably know where you are. So I think Sunday, for one of your paralegals, they couldn't find a witness that we already had a statement from and needed to get a hold of them. And even this is on the defense side, the defense's counsel said they couldn't find their own client. So I had him on the phone about 24 hours later because I couldn't find him, but I found his older sister and had a nice conversation, and she was agreeable to helping me, and she made a couple of phone calls and found out he was living with his sister in Florida, and called down to her sister, and they put him on the phone. And you just got to dig your heels in and look.